Hello and welcome. Well, today is a big day for all of us at NDTV. We are beginning a journey, an absolutely unique journey. It's all along the coast of India. And we're doing it to highlight a little known, but perhaps one of the biggest problems this nation faces. Two of our finest journalists, Sarah Jacob and Sikta Deo, are at this moment in the furthest corner of India's coast, the western coast of Gujarat. And they will be traveling 7,500 kilometers all along the coast by boat, reporting on how we are killing our own most valuable treasure. We are destroying our coastline. 6 weeks from now, Sarah and Sikta will end their journey in Bengal. Now, this journey has never been done before. Well, Sarah and Sikta, let's hope the seas aren't too rough. And we know what other things can get rough beside the seas. So what's the big problem? What are we worried about? The problem is that instead of sandy beaches all along our coast, 50% of our coast is now rocks. And this is killing our coastal villages, ruining the livelihood of 100 million people. And nobody seems to. 50 years ago, it was sandy. Today, it looks like this. 50% of our beaches are gone. This is what the coastline has changed. From that beautiful sandy beach today, it looks like half of it has gone. It's rock. There's so much rock, you can see it from space. Now, when there was sand along our coast, it acted as a natural filter, preventing the salty seawater from going inland. But when there's just rocks, that sandy filter, natural filter is gone. Salt water seeps inland, water in the village wells gets salty, the village croplands become saline and no crops grow. So while we kill our beaches, while we kill our sands, we are killing the livelihood of the coastal villages and villagers. That's 180 million people. And why is this happening? One major reason. Beaches are not still. They are actually like rivers of sand. The wind constantly blows sand from the south to the north, like here from the left to the right. Now, when we build a port, sand piles up on one side because the wind blows it and the port acts as a kind of barrier, and the other side becomes rocks. Now, owners are meant to dredge the sand. The port owners are meant to dredge the sand from one side and put it on the other to keep the flow of sand going, but nobody in India does this dredging, or very, very few. So every port in India is actually creating a rocky coastline, and we have far too many ports. We have 180 odd ports. That's nuts. Well, we'll be going across to Sarah and Sikta in just a minute, but first joining us is Sunita Narayan, who's been fighting all her life to stop the destruction of India's environment, including the coastline. Now, Sunita, thanks very much. We did start this kind of campaign with you about 2 years ago.
That's right.
Have things improved? What's the situation?
Well, you know, I don't think they've improved. I think what has happened since your campaign started, there is a greater awareness about the fact that our coastline is under threat today. Most of us don't realize this. Most of us see a beach occasionally and we feel, you know, there's beaches all over the place, and, you know, that's not an area that's under threat. And it's
But is it getting worse at some places?
Well, I think it's getting much worse now for the simple fact that our coastlines are becoming that new development zone for India. And so where 2 years ago there was still not that sense of the pressure on the coast, today if you look at the coasts of India, they are where all the thermal power projects are coming. They're where the nuclear power projects are going to come. They're where the new townships are going to come. That's where the ports are getting built. So the coasts today are the last frontiers, if you may say. I mean, the forests were the big issue, I think, of the last decade.
People became aware of that. People were destroying forests. Now that's slightly protected.
That's much better. The big issue is how do local people benefit from forest conservation. Right. And I think the lesson from forests to coasts is that coasts are also the livelihood base of so many millions.
180 million people.
Exactly.
So there's no harm in building plants, etc., but it has to be done in an orderly manner. It has to be done properly. taking into account this.
Absolutely. I
resource.
mean, nobody's saying don't build a thermal power project, but we're certainly saying don't build 10 thermal power projects.
And don't destroy
and don't destroy the coasts, and make sure that the people who live there continue to make sure that their lives are secured. And I think that's the big challenge for India
Interesting.
now.
The coasts are the new forests. Awareness has to develop.